Hey guys. Sorry. Good morning. Today is October 24, 2025. And if you
can believe it, it's a Friday once again.
Welcome back. If you don't know what this series is for some reason, sorry. Yes, indeed. It is Friday. And you know what that means? Today we look at our good book of horror movies and or shows or episodes and see what 5 of them are really good for watching Halloween time. I can word good, don't worry. Oh, by the way, we have to get this done in a manageable time because 9 p.m. is when the big giveaway starts. I might win something, you know, so we gotta watch it. Last Friday we looked over some anthologies. If you haven't watched that video, go ahead and go back and watch it, fucker. Now this Friday, this blessed Friday of October, we are going to look over some movies that take place on Halloween. Like in the videos before, these movies are not in any particular order. They're not ranked in any type of system. They're just movies I recommend to you for Halloween. They might be a good time, they may not be. I don't know why they wouldn't be. Are you okay?
Do you need a hug?
So our first movie of the list is, of course, Season of the Witch, or as many people know it as Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, the night no one comes home.
This movie is pretty infamous for, obviously, being the third of the Halloween movies and it not having Michael Myers in it. And if you don't know, I'll tell you now, it was supposed to be an anthology series where every Halloween they were going to make a movie based like in or around Halloween. And this was supposed to be one of the first additions to that anthology, but people were so obsessed with Michael Myers back then, they looked at it, batted one eye, and was like, where my boy Michael Myers? Where is he? Where is he, man? I mean, admittedly, when I was a little bit younger and I watched this movie, I was like, it was the same thing. That was before I knew it was like supposed to be an anthology. And looking at it in that kind of perspective, it actually is a very solid Halloween movie. It's basically about this doctor who, one night he gets a patient holding one of these masks, which are made from the company of Silver Shamrock Mask, and he goes in there. He's rambling. He's saying that these masks are gonna kill us, and as soon after that, some guy in a suit, suspiciously walking like Michael Myers, by the way, he goes in the room and kills him, and that sends the doctor on a investigation into Silver Shamrock. Like you see here, these designs of the masks were based off of, I think, Don Post. But yeah, I think the only one they made for the movie was this pumpkin. They didn't make this, like, they didn't have this in stores, but the pumpkin was made for the movie, and the skull and this witch were just masks that Don Post had selling back then. These are from Trick or Treat Studios, by the way, if you want to get the set. I'm not sponsored, by the way, I just really like their stuff. John Carpenter and Alan Hall, whatever his last name here. Yeah, the soundtrack they both do is really good. The Chariots of Pumpkin track is probably like my second favorite Halloween song. Also, like the Season of the Witch theme when it plays in the beginning with the pumpkin, kind of reminiscent of the Halloween 1978 intro where it's the pumpkin zooming in, but this one is like digital. It's digitalized in the digital age. And of course the practical effects and the gore effects are really, really great. Of course you have the scene where the kid fucking perishes. It might be a little cheesy at times, but it's a solid watch for a Halloween movie, and I have the VHS for it. It's somewhere around here. VHS prices are so stupid because I went to like a flea market. And there was this guy who's selling these VHSs, and there was a copy of Halloween 3. At the time I didn't have it yet, so I asked him how much it was. The motherfucker said it was $80. No, I'm not paying fucking $80 for a VHS. I went to a completely different vendor. He had the same thing, $5. Get your shit together, man. But yeah, I would definitely recommend Season of the Witch. I don't really want to call it Halloween 3 because it's not It's not Michael Myers movie. It's not Michael Byer movie. It's a Season of the Witch movie. That's that movie, you know? This movie is on Amazon. Now, the second movie we're talking about is Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
The Jangling Man is coming.
I had some doubts going into this movie because I obviously was a big fan of the book series. Fun fact, this was sold at our local fucking book fairs, if you remember those. And we, as a classroom, we were to decide which book we would read, like all of us would read. And I think one of them was like The Hunger Games. There was one other book I can't remember, and Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I totally thought that they were gonna choose Hunger Games. Like I voted for this and I was fully expecting to read some fucking bullshit like that. But surprisingly, they actually voted for Scary Stories, and that actually got me really excited to actually read some of these stories in class. Well, I was just really doubting how they would even like adapt that into a movie. But then I also heard that Guillermo Marshmallow del Toro was a part of this movie. I think he was the creature design, if I'm correct. And it is actually a pretty solid movie. It's got like the classic Halloween vibes. There's, you know, leaves falling down, all the decorations. This movie takes place in the early 70s, and it follows this group of people who go into this haunted house, believed to have been haunted by a spooky spirit, and that spooky spirit wrote scary stories. But did she write them in the dark? Find out in this episode of Skooky Boobies. Oh. But yeah, they find one of their books, and she takes our main Goyle character, takes the book, and she finds out that was a pretty bad idea. I would say the story is kind of like a little lackluster. It's basically Goosebumps, Jumanji type thing. The creature effects are really cool. They're cool, guys. They're really cool. For instance, you'll see, and brace yourselves, this might cause some trauma. Oh! They actually portrayed this lady, this fucking horrifying being, really well in the film, as you'll see in some pictures. But yeah, I remember reading these stories and scaring some people while reading these. But yeah, I feel like my favorite segment in that one, where like a monster from the book series shows up, is where like the pale lady, this big bulbous lady, and she was so creepy. And yeah, there's pretty much nothing else really to say about it. It's decent in story, really good on the cool effects, and it is just a very nice Halloween movie to watch. It's in this kind of the same lane as Trick or Treat, but it's not an anthology, but they do go through like different segments of like these demons and spirits and such, zombies and whatever. I would definitely suggest this movie to anyone. It is like PG-13, so it's not rated R, so there are some really disturbing moments where this scarecrow actually stabs this jock in the back, and he actually becomes a scarecrow. That scene was actually pretty violent, but this is good gateway horror. So if you have a youngin' who is into the spooky season and is not scared, they will be delighted by this movie, I'm pretty sure. Next movie on our list is The Houses October Built. Wait up! This movie is about a group of friends traveling in an RV. Their objective is to find the scariest haunted house in America. And they talk to all these different people, which I'm pretty sure some of them were actual like people and not actors. They just went to like real haunted houses and went and interviewed people. And that really adds to the realism. This movie's found footage, by the way, so it's meant to be like, is this real, or, you know, it's obviously fake, but it like that, those interviews add a bit of realism and some comedic moments too. But as time goes on, they are visited by strange people, and stuff gets weird and scary and spooky scary. Yeah, found footage movies can be like samey most of the time, but this one actually is very unique in a lot of ways. in my opinion. There's this one scene where I've featured a little bit of this in the intro, where this scare actress walks in the RV completely unprompted and just sits down and then lets out a very shrill. It's moments like those that are just really awkward and creepy at the same time, like you don't know if this is an act or something really nefarious is going on. And it gets pretty tense sometimes, and nothing much to say about that one either. It's just a decent watch, you know? This one is on Tubi. Fourth movie on our list is a horror comedy. I'd say mostly comedy. Like a stoner comedy. It is called Idle Hands.
Did you lose something there, bud?
Idle Hands. The touching story of a boy and his hand.
Kinky.
This is a story about a stoner, a little bit like myself. He finds out that one of his hands are possessed, Evil Dead style. This movie's got fucking Seth Green, the guy who plays not Willie Nelson. Foggy. He plays Foggy Nelson, and they're both in this movie. They're his like kind of dumbish friends. At some point, the hand actually kills both of his friends, but his friends actually come back alive as like undead kind of guardians. It's kind of follows the rules of the lycanthrope, where if the werewolf kills somebody, that person who is dead actually haunts the person who's a werewolf. So it kind of goes off of those rules. This is a very raunchy comedy, and some effects are pretty good. The hand effects are really good. The actor who has to pretend his hand is all fucking possessed. That's why I really liked Evil Dead, is primarily because Bruce Campbell is a pro at physical comedy, and that the hand scene with him is just like cinema. It's cinema, and this definitely brings all the same energy to this movie. Another like kind of Halloween. It takes place on Halloween. There's a big dance at the end, and lots of blood are shed. Lots of blood is shed. Hey, stay out of my shed. If you know, you know. I'm not gonna go in with a lot of spoilers on this one, but just go in and have a good time with this one. Definitely some little spooks, but mostly laughs. And that's always good in a classic Halloween movie. Oh, Idle Hands is on Pluto TV. Lastly on our list is it's not a horror movie, but I remember watching this as a kid and just liking it because it was a little silly and spooky at sometimes. And that movie is Ernest Scared Stupid.
Ernest is back. Me? And he's scared. Stupid. Ernest Scared Stupid. Share it with someone you love.
This movie is about our classic Ernest, who is played by this actor. I can't remember his name, which I think he was also Slinky. Yeah. I remember watching like the Ernest Saves Christmas movie. I think there's one where he breaks out of prison, I think. I don't know. There's one. And then there was this movie, which I remember watching the most because, like, you know, Halloween is my favorite holiday, and I gravitated to more, like, if there was a Chipmunks Halloween or, like, holiday special, I would always choose a Halloween. Like, the Peanuts, they have their Christmas special, their Valentine's, whatever. I always love the Halloween special and the Thanksgiving special because that one is, you know, it's nostalgic, okay? And this movie definitely is a nice, it's like an extended Goosebumps episode, but featuring Ernest, the character. So Ernest is, he does stupid shit, and there's this big old tree house, and they summon like a spirit. Not really a spirit, it's a really ugly looking troll. A lot of wacky stuff happens. Some kids get turned into stone, which kind of freaked me out when I watched it as a kid. Like, are they dead? Like, are they still like living in those things? That would be terrifying, just being suspended, and you know, that would be terrifying. But you know, it's a kids movie, so at the end, everybody, you know, the monster is defeated, and the kids are okay. But I feel like they would be really scarred from that moment. Watch this with your friends and family, and they'll all have a good time, maybe. And that ends this episode of Halloween Goodies. I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, if you have any other film suggestions, put them in the comments below, and I'll watch them, and maybe in the future I'll put them in a list too. You know, the usual spiel, like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Next Friday, which is Halloween, we will be looking at my favorite Halloween specials and or episodes of things. Yeah. Oh, I almost forgot. It's time.
You think I'm mad, don't you? Perhaps we're both mad.